Hello, everybody, and oh boy, the Canadians lose another one. They're back in a losing streak, and this one stings a little bit more because we want to win our games against the Ottawa Senators, but unfortunately, we lose 5-2 at home against the Ottawa Senators in what was just not good enough of an effort, just all around, just that we're not doing enough. I don't know, it's really easy to try to break down this game and think about the specific things that went wrong, but defensively this team is just not good enough. Not good enough at all. I don't think that this team is a playoff team with the way that they're playing right now defensively. Offensively, they had their chances. I mean, they only got 21 shots at net. It's not great. This whole game was not great. But it's defensively that is what's costing the Canadians in this one. Started off pretty strong, right? Uri Slafkovsky gets his 8th of the season on the power play, a nice little tap in. Bolduc is doomed to just never score in the Bell Center because he got absolutely robbed by Allmark, like a shift before that. And then at the tail end of the power play, Slafkovsky's able to tap one home. Nice pass from Caulfield, and then Suzuki gets another assist on that one as well. So good for them. But right after that, Fabian Zetterlund just kind of shoots one from the point, and it finds its way past Montembeault. Minimal screen in front, just kind of goes right through him. So we're gonna gloss right over that. I don't think Montembeault was great tonight. Obviously he was great in his last start against the Knights, but I guess this is a different game, and he's back to his old ways. It seems the way, by old ways I mean the way he's been playing this season, which is not good enough. And then Artem Zub gets another one. It's a nice pass from Brady Tkachuk. I'll give it to him. But all of that could have been avoided if the Canadians could just get the puck into the offensive zone. I think the biggest thing I saw in that one the entire way through is the Canadians, I think in the first period I saw at least 3 times in the first 10 minutes of the first period where the Canadians were trying to, break out of their zone and get into the offensive zone, and then got stopped somewhere along the line because of a bad pass by their own player, or a stop from Ottawa, and then they had to retreat back into their own zone. There was just no time. The Ottawa players spent pretty much 0 time in their own zone through a gigantic stretch of the first period, and then when Ottawa actually did get their good players on the ice, they were able to just hem the Canadians into the zone. And we had been out there. I think it was the Cole Caulfield line, the Suzuki Cole line that was out there for probably close to 2 minutes because we couldn't get the puck. We have our best players on the ice. We have Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki on the ice. You should be able to break into the offensive zone, but we weren't able to do that, and then we get hemmed in by Ottawa's best players who are on a change because we couldn't get off the ice because we were, being hemmed in. And then, Cole Caulfield doesn't cover his guy right up front, and then Artem Zub literally has all day and, next morning to, dangle out Montembeault out front of the net. Can't blame him on that one. I mean, I think he looked a little weird. He was kind of sliding all over the place, but at the same time, you cannot give a guy, I don't care who it is, you can't give a guy that much time and space right out front of our goalie with absolutely no coverage. That just cannot happen. So just inability to get the puck out of the zone. I think that's something we've seen in other games as well, but that's the way it's been going. And then Sanderson, Batherson score within 2 minutes of each other. I just there's one of those goals. Montembeault literally had the puck, and he just missed the puck when trying to cover it with his glove, and then they just dug it out of him and put it in the wide open net. I don't understand how that happens. The Sanderson goal was just because we couldn't get the puck out of the zone. We were just getting hemmed in and chiseled away at over and over and over again. The Batherson one, I don't know what Montembeault's doing. I don't know how you, put your glove on the puck. I don't know. It might have been our guy too, trying to bat it out of the way, but still, I just don't understand. But Suzuki scores on the power play. Caulfield Hudson get assists on that one. It was pretty good movement, He was able to just kind of get a one-on-one with Allmark and put it past him. So good shot there. I like it when stuff like that happens, but too little too late, unfortunately. And then Brady Tkachuk kind of ices the game in the third period there. But yeah, that goal doesn't matter at all. What matters is the way that we started this game and the fact that we just had nothing defensively. We had nothing defensively to answer for the offense of Ottawa. They were able to just play their physical game, which is their MO, and credit to them, they played a good game, but like we just had no answer for it. Like I feel like you got to be able to get the puck out of the zone and make the Ottawa Senators play defense. But outside of power plays, we literally had no offense. We had a couple of good chances here and there, but generally speaking, Ottawa played most of the game in our defensive zone. We couldn't get changes, and then when we needed Montembeault to make a stop, he wasn't able to do it. I mean, and not all of those goals are his fault. Obviously not. I think I've been harping on that all season. I think our goalies, we'd love for them to be a little bit better than what they're being right now, but you have to blame the defensive effort of our players at the same time. Like you can't have a shift where it's like a minute and a half of just constant attack in the defensive zone and then be like, oh, it's the goalie's fault. Like, no, we have to get the puck out of the zone. Like, you just can't like play the entire game in our defensive zone and then just hope that Ottawa's just never going to score a goal and we're going to win 1-0 off of an early power play goal. Like, it doesn't work that way. And we need to find a way to be better defensively if we want to win games. So that's my take on this one. That's really the most of it. I think the biggest thing for me right now, the biggest concerning factor for the Canadiens is the fact that we're not the same team that we were in October. And what I mean by that is, in October, we did not play a great game every single game. Definitely not. I think if you go back and watch some of those videos from back then, you will see that every single game, and it still counts now, but every single game then I was like, it's a 60-minute performance. We need a 60-minute performance. We got to put teams away, all that kind of stuff. But even then, if through the first, like 10, 15 games or whatever, we were finding a way to stay in games every single time. We went to overtime like almost every single game if we didn't win it, or if we did win it in overtime, because we were able to stay, competitive. And that's what good teams do, right? Like they stay competitive. They make it so that their team, if they're going to beat us, they have to earn it, right? But now that's not the case anymore. I feel like, and obviously injuries partially to blame for that, for sure. But I think the biggest concern is that we're not putting up a fight till the end anymore. And we need to find a way to get back to that. And obviously it'll help once we get some of our key guys back. Obviously, we're going to have to wait a few more months to get some of those key guys back. Obviously, having, Gouli out and Newhook out and, even Patrick Laine, having him, on the power play would certainly help a little bit, even though we did score 2 today, so that was not too bad. But we got to find a way to have that fight again. I feel like it's a mental thing more than anything. I feel like we just have not battled, like as soon as the other team gets a lead or scores a goal or whatever, it seems like the guys kind of shut down, and it just things just go south from there. So I feel like we need to find a way to get back to the way that we were playing at the beginning of the season, find a way to fight back and stay in games, because these points are crucial. Like the Canadiens, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the Canadiens are out of a playoff spot right now. Obviously, it's December, so it does not matter at all, what the playoff situation looks like. But, as of right now, we got 29 points. We need 30 to tie to get to where Ottawa and Detroit are in the first and the second and third spots in the Atlantic. So we're still very much in the conversation, right? Like we win a game tomorrow, we're back in a playoff spot, right? So we are still totally in it. It's still not like even close to being, crunch time in that situation, but we need to find a way to get into games and start winning more games, because this could get away from us quickly. We do not want to fall, further down the charts than we already are. So yeah, that's my biggest thing is just we got to find a way to keep fighting. It seems like that the guys just lose their energy. They lose their momentum, after things go bad in a game, and we need to find a way to get back in things and, fight. It feels like they've lost a little bit of their fight. So that's the big concerning thing, but I got faith in them. Obviously, I think they'll turn it around. It'll take some coaching, which has been obviously another topic of discussion as of late with like the whole playing time thing, and whether or not he's capable. Martin St. Louis is capable of coaching a quality team as opposed to just a rebuilding team. I have faith in MSL. I have faith in the Canadians. They're gonna get this figured out. The difference between if we're making the playoffs or not is when they figure it out. Because if they figure it out, but it's already February, then we're in a dogfight and we're just praying to God that we make the playoffs. But if we can figure this out now, in December, and then roll with that, and then once we get our guys back, keep rolling, we'll be in a good spot. It's just a matter of when they figure this out, when they find their game again. And honestly, I think the best is yet to come for this Canadians team. Even in October, I don't think that that was the best that the Canadians could have been playing. And obviously, you can go back and watch those videos. I would agree with my former self on that. But they got to find their way to get just a little bit better every day, fight a little bit harder every game. And I think the best is yet to come. But we'll see when they find that next gear, and if it's too late by the time they find it. So a little cynical, but I have faith in the guys. I think they'll make the playoffs. I think they got this. They got to figure it out. And tomorrow against the Jets is a great opportunity to do so. So yeah, but that all remains to be seen. So that's all we got for you guys today. So I will see you guys hopefully after a big win tomorrow.